everyone for joining us. My name's Amy Geary. I am Vice President of NBM, Northern Business Machines, and I run and oversee our network division, both from an operations and a sales perspective. And phone systems are something that's relatively, I would say new-ish. We've been offering, we've had a partnership with Zultys for the last 2 years, and we recommend them as a VoIP provider to our customers, our copier customers, our IT customers, really any customer that we have. They've been an excellent partner. All of our customers have really loved their service. They have some really great things, really great features on their app that they use. They call it Zach. And it's a reliable system with excellent support. So I wanted to have them on here so that they could do a little demo of the phone system and talk a little bit more about the company and how they're different than other providers. So I have Terry Bloom and Mark Batcher from Zultys on here. Mark is our rep, and he supports us a lot. He would work with him directly if you decided to move forward with this. But so I'll hand it over to you, Mark and Terry, and thank you so much for doing this for our customers. We really appreciate it. We're going to record this. We'll send it out after, and we'll also put it on our website. And if anyone's interested after this, then reach out to me, shoot me an email, or give me a call, and we'll get back with you, and we can do another demo, or we could jump right into helping you spec out what Zultys phone system would look like in your office. So thanks a lot. So Mark, I'll hand it over to you.
Thanks, Amy. I appreciate it. And once again, my name is Mark Batchelder. I am the regional sales manager. I cover New England for Zultys. I work with our partners. We only sell through partners, so we have great ones like NBM, who has been working with us 2+ years now. We've had a lot of success with them. Their approach and the way they like to do business is very similar to ours. Customer support is #1 with us, and we're going to talk a little bit about that as we go through the presentation and the demo. Make sure I got this set up properly to move the slides. Okay, maybe I don't. Let me see. Okay.
And so Mark is local as well. So Mark actually is located in New Hampshire, Southern New Hampshire. So he often comes on site with us when we have a new Zultys customer to make sure that everything is set up correctly. We're all trained here on it. So it's actually our team that will come on site and do the phone installs. And then, like I said, the big thing with Zultys and NBM is our customer support. So, there's a button on your phone if you ever need support, and it can be any sort of support. It can be support, hey, my, quality of call isn't great, or it could be as simple as I need help adding this extension on my phone, or I need to change my auto attendant or my message. They're really great with helping us and really doing whatever the customer needs to make it happen and make the user experience a great one. So, all right, I see your presentation, Mark. So I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, Amy. I appreciate you covering for me while I was fumbling through getting this working. So thank you very much. The agenda today is I'm going to go through a quick overview of Zultys as a company, a overview of our products. Going to talk a little bit about security, reliability, and compliance, and why that's important when you're looking at cloud communications in the unified communication space. And then I'm actually going to demo some of the applications that we're going to discuss in the presentation, primarily our desktop application, our mobile application. We also have a wonderful integration with Microsoft Teams that has really been a big hit. Our customers really like it. So if we have customers that have adopted Teams and use that for internal messaging as well as conferencing, they can actually integrate Zultys phone services in with that as well. Okay, here we go again. Why is this? I apologize for this. I've never had this problem. Let me
Mark, is it just not advancing?
It's not advancing for some reason. And
If you right click on this, right click on the slide and just see if you can just just select next slide.
it's not doing that at all.
Hmm.
So, but we will get this figured out one way or the other. Let me do this. I'm gonna. Okay, there we go.
Yep, that looks like it's
Okay,
working.
No.
so sorry about that, folks. So basically, a little bit about Zultys. Zultys has been in the communication space for 20 plus years now. I think something that's very important to understand about Zultys is all of our support is 100% US based. And the people that do the support on the phone system are also tier 2 and tier 3 engineers that actually implement the phone system. So when you need help, assistance, whatever it may be, as simple as changing a voicemail password, or changing the call handling modes into your organization, your auto attendant scripts. They can help you on the fly. There's virtually no hold time. You call in, and within 16 seconds, you're going to be answered, and someone's there to help you. So it's a very big differentiator in the unified communications and cloud space. We're very proud of that differentiator. And that's one of the reasons why we've had such success with Amy's customers. We go out there, we sell what it works how we tell them it's going to work. And then when they need support, they get it. And if they need changes, it's made immediately for them. We have a lot of business continuity and disaster recovery built into our network and platform. So you don't have to worry about ever being down and having your business not be able to communicate with your customers. And we have a lot of advanced functionality that really helps organizations with workflows and connect with their coworkers as well as their customers, regardless of where they are. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well. What you get in unified communications today is much more than just a phone system. These are features and functionality that can be turned on or off depending on what you may have in your environment already. But it's voice, it's voicemail, it's mobile applications, it's file and screen sharing, video and conferencing capability, fax capability. All of these tools that people have used with separate applications can all be brought into one solution with Zultys. Very easy to use. And most of these features can be used with the desktop application or the mobile application. And I'll show you that. They mirror each other very well. And if you do have any type of high-end call handling capabilities that are needed, we also have contact center functionality that can be utilized as well with our solution. I talked about the support. When we go into an opportunity, we really want to understand your needs and requirements. If you decide to move forward with us, there'll be a dedicated implementation specialist that would work with you. They gather all the information that is needed. Some of it is something that we would provide to them from the sales process, but they will do a kickoff call with you and making sure that the system is going to be set up and tested and ready to go when you go live the way you expect it to. Once again, the hold time is virtually zero. Within 16 seconds, somebody will answer a call, and that is all US based. And they're there to make sure that you're happy with the phone system. If you need a minor change, answer a question, it really doesn't matter what it is. You're going to get assistance from somebody that's a specialist on the system. We make it easy for you to access support. We'll put a button right on the phone, one touch dial, and you can get into our support organization. And once again, you'll be helped immediately. And because our support and system is so reliable, we have probably the lowest churn rate in the industry. Cloud communications, the churn rate is very high. Ours is below 1%. And the reason being is because the system works. But more importantly, the support after the fact is something that we take a lot of pride in. And we just don't hear that from the customers that we're bringing on about our competition. A lot of the support from the competition is typically offshore, overseas, and they just really don't know the system at the level of an engineer. They're there to take information, pass it along, and then get back to you. So we want to resolve any questions that you have, changes, and issues immediately. and we take a lot of pride in that.
And Mark, I just add to that, as just speaking from, both we have the Zultys system here at NBM, and we also have many customers now that have it. And we had a different VoIP provider, prior to Zultys. And I can tell you, just comparing them, the support was very difficult to get. It was support for us to get it was hard for us to get internal support on our for our customers. It was hard for us to get support on our own system. We'd email, wouldn't hear back. We would call someone, we'd be talking to someone in the Philippines. So I can tell you that we live it, breathe it. I know the Cloud Desk representatives pick up the phone by first name. It's really, it's a big, it's probably the biggest differentiator between this company and, other bigger companies like a Mitel or a Ring Central, or, something like that. It's just, you get the personalized support. It's a big differentiator.
Yeah, Amy, I'll even add to that the fact that the differentiator really is support, because everybody has desktop tools, everybody has mobile applications, video, conferencing, contact center capabilities. We really go out of our way to make sure that ours are easy to use. Particularly the mobile app is something that we've done a lot of development on the last couple of years to make sure it's easy to use. But the bottom line is, if you're not getting support and help and assistance when you need it, it doesn't matter about the tools, because your users will not adopt and use them if they don't know how to use them properly, or if you need to make a change and can't make that change, you're not going to get the benefits out of it.
Right.
So what you see on this slide here is just a glimpse of some of the applications that we have that I will show you live. We have communications desktop tools that work on Windows, Mac, browser. We have mobile applications that work on iOS and Android. Very easy to use, very seamless to use for people. The adoption rate is very high. We take a lot of pride in training when someone comes aboard, so they do utilize the tools, because no one wants to spend and invest when the tools are not going to be utilized properly. And one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is making sure that the journey from desktop to mobile and vice versa is a smooth one. So we can transfer from device to device, but also the user experience is going to be very similar, if not the same, regardless if you're on a mobile application or a desktop application. And we'll get into that when I show you the demo live. We are still a phone company, so we do offer a line of phones. We still have customers that rely and depend on phones very heavily. We have different types of phones for the different types of users. The Zip series is for people that are very intensive phone users. They have more buttons, screens are a little bit larger, but they work great. The Z23 is a smaller footprint, but has the same functionality and features of the Zip, but it's probably for someone that doesn't necessarily rely on the requirement of having more buttons, maybe not as intense on the phone as others, or they may rely on Zac. They may use the phone with our desktop tool, Zac, where they don't need a lot programmed on the phone. And the nice thing is, and I'll show you in the live demo, is Zac can work as its own soft phone, or it can bind and work in conjunction with one of these desktop phones very easily. One of the other differentiators about Zultys is we really have a lot of PBX functionality that customers still expect. We have a lot of customers that are either in the legal space, accountant space. I was just on a phone call with a construction company. They still need a lot of functionality at the phone set level and back end call handling abilities that a phone system has in it, and not just a cloud solution. We are a cloud solution, but we are a PBX. We are a phone system. So if having line appearances and keys on your phone so it's easy to grab a call that's on hold is important to you, we have that easily added onto any set. If you want to use features like intercom, where you can speak over someone's mic speaker to talk to them and get a response back immediately, we can do that as well. We can park calls, we can put line appearances, page buttons on there. We also have other things that people expect within a phone system as well, like voicemail and fax escalation to make sure that you meet SLAs. If somebody leaves a voicemail, we can have that voicemail escalated to multiple people after periods of time to make sure that it's answered and responded to. We can connect to paging systems. Internal and external paging is very popular. We do it very well. And we have a lot of customers that still have analog connectivity, either phones or devices within their organization, and we can do that as well. So we want to make sure people understand there's a lot of great tools that come with unified communications, but at the end of the day, we still have the PBX functionality, the phone system functionality that people really expect when they go to a new solution. And a lot of times what happens is people migrate to the cloud, not realizing they're going to have to give up some things. With us, you do not have to give up that functionality and feature set that you're used to, and we expand upon it. We also have the ability to have real-time analytics if you want to go into a call center environment, but we also have the ability to do call recording on demand or automatically. We have historical reports that are built into the system. So if you want to understand what's happening with calls coming in and out of your organization, down to the user level, that is included with our system. So there's a lot of real-time analytics available, call recording capabilities built into the system, as well as historical reports that are available to you at no extra charge. And the nice thing about how we do call recording is you could be on a phone call and it's very much like a DVR. So I could be talking to somebody for 20 minutes, realize, you know what, I really wish I recorded this. There's a lot of information that's just tough to write down. I hit the record button, it actually has the whole conversation recorded. So very similar to a DVR, it's always recorded, but if I don't hit the record button, it just doesn't save it. So really great feature, something that's very unique to Zultys. And I mentioned the ZAC for Teams capability. So our desktop application, ZAC, we can embed it right into a Teams client. It's very popular. A lot of people have adopted Teams. So this gives us the way to allow them to keep that investment with Teams. Their user community is used to utilizing Teams, so you don't need to load another application. You can put this and embed it right within the Teams client and have all the phone functionality that Zultys offers right within Teams. And there's a lot of additional functionality that's gathered when you have ZAC for Teams. So you now have the ability to have contact center functionality available to you, SMS texting functionality, fax, and voicemail, all within the Teams client using the ZAC for Teams widget. And something that's very important to understand when you're looking at cloud communications is the reliability and the security that's available to you. And you want to make sure that the system is implemented properly so that it is secure and that you don't have to worry about being down. So our solution is HIPAA compliant. The nice thing about HIPAA compliancy, there's a lot that goes into that that is very beneficial for our other customers. The ability to encrypt our traffic, and that traffic is encrypted at motion as well as at rest, so you don't have to worry about anybody ever hacking your voice traffic with us. We've never had any full outages, so our customers stay up and running. Something that is very unique with Zultys as well is in our cloud environment, we don't have what they call shared tenants, where all our customers are on one system. We create an individual instance for every one of our customers. So cloud services are very reliable, but it's also much more secure when you're on your own instance. And we have customers in the medical field that when we do updates, they let us know, hey, listen, we can't do an update this month. Can we schedule it? Because we do an instance-based solution for our customers, we can take people out of that upgrade if need be. We do have geo-redundant data centers, but the architecture that we have within our data centers is N+2. That means that basically every component that we have going into a voice solution has two backup components to it. So unless the data center actually is missing, there's really no reason to fail over to our other data center. But we do test that on a regular basis because you never say never, it could happen. So the reliability and security is something that is probably the #1 priority that we have within our engineering field and group. And then we also have Active Directory synchronization. So if you're using that now, regardless if it's an on-prem version of Active Directory or Microsoft Entra, you can utilize that as well. We use industry standards. So if you're using something else for synchronization, if it's using SCIM 2.0, which most do, you would be able to utilize our system as well. Same thing with single sign-on. If you want to utilize single sign-on, we have the ability to do that. We use SAML SSO to do that, and it works great. And basically, more and more people are worried about security, the ability to keep users synchronized within different platforms, but also single sign-on to make it easy to track and keep users all using one tool instead of logging into multiple. And compliance is very important. 911 compliance is something that has been very big over the last several years. We adhere to Kerry's Law and Ray Baum's Act. We want to make sure that our customers are safe and secure. When we deploy, one of the first questions our project manager will want to know is, what are your locations? Do you have remote users that need 911 set up for their remote locations? And we will set that up for you. We also have the ability to add additional notification for internal notification. So if someone dials 911 within your organization, we can set it up so that an email or a text can be sent to people, providing information about who dialed 911 and where they're located. We can also have that ring a group of users so that they know who dialed 911. So there's a lot of compliance that goes into that. A lot of older systems don't necessarily adhere to that. So you may not be compliant, but with Zultys, you definitely will be. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the presentation, and I'm actually going to show you some of the applications that we were talking about here. The first thing I'm going to do is open up ZAC. ZAC stands for Zultys Advanced Communicator. It is a desktop tool that can be utilized as a soft phone or can work with a desk phone. Now, right now down below, this is a MAC address, and basically what that is it's an ID of a telephone. So right now, I am actually using ZAC with a telephone. So if I click to call somebody, it's going to take my phone off hook, and I'm going to use my phone as my primary audio source. I can turn ZAC into a soft phone by just saying, listen, I want to bind to ZAC as a soft phone, and it becomes a soft phone on its own. I don't need a telephone. If I decide that I'm going to travel, I can just open up ZAC. And if I have a headset connected to my laptop, or just I have good speakers with my laptop, I can use that as my actual phone. And it works very, very well. So I'm just going to run through a lot of the features that are available to ZAC here. The first thing is presence, and presence is very important with communications now. I want to know who's available within my organization, and I want them to know when I'm available. So right now it shows that I'm available here, but if I click here, I have the ability to change my available state. I can go into not available, busy, at lunch, in a meeting. I can actually type a message that people will see when they look at me to see if I'm available or not. The nice thing is I can assign a call handling rule to any one of these as well. For an example, when I'm available, I want the phone to ring me. If I don't answer, go to voicemail. Not available, maybe just go directly to voicemail. In a meeting, maybe I want that to ring a coverage group of people. And at any time, I can have this go to a voicemail and play a different greeting. So I have the ability to create 4 different voicemail greetings ahead of time so that people may get a different greeting in my voicemail if I was available and it went to voicemail. If I'm busy, maybe I want people to hear, sorry, I'm busy on the phone right now, but I will get back to you once I'm done. Or when I'm in a meeting, maybe I want to tell people I'm in a meeting and I will get back to them as soon as possible, whatever it may be. Sometimes it's for when you're on vacation, holidays, but you do have a lot of flexibility with your availability as well as what happens when you change your availability. And I'm just going to jump here real quick and just show you call handling, you can create as many call handling rules as you want. My most common one is my incoming calls. When a call comes into me for any incoming call, ring all my phones for 20 seconds and connect. If I don't answer, go to voicemail and play my standard greeting. I have a telemarketing rule. If I get a call and it's from this number and I can list as many numbers as I want to drop that call from the system without any notification. But the nice thing is I can create these based on a lot of different things. When I'm on the phone, if I don't answer, incoming calls, but I can also do it by the presence that I showed you, or calls from particular numbers, date, time, days a week, holidays, and then I can have an action associated with any of those. I can forward it to voicemail. I can forward it to another user. I can have it find me. I can reject the call. A lot of flexibility with what you can do with call handling rules. On the left-hand side, these are our widgets, and what they do is they give you different access to different features and functionality that we have. The first one, my Recents tab, is going to show me all my interactions, but I could just look at phone calls if I wanted to, or I could look at messages. Now, these messages can be from internal people, like Terry and Kayla. I can see they're both in a meeting right now. I have an SMS message from John here, so I can have my chat messages here, and I can have text messages from outside people as well. So this is where I could manage my messages. I see Lynn is on the phone. I can set an alert, let me know when she's available. Instead of constantly looking to see if she's available, I can set a presence alert, and when she becomes available, I'll get a little pop-up on my screen, so I don't have to constantly just look to see if she's available. My buddies tab, these are people I work with on a regular basis. So I've got 2 different groups set up here. I have a sales team that I work with on a regular basis, a support team that I work with on a regular basis. I just want quick access to these people. I communicate with them on a regular basis. So if I want to, I can click to dial, I can click to chat. If I highlight somebody, I can call them on a different number if I want, because if I just hit the dial button, it's going to call their extension, but maybe I know Chris is not around. I want to call him on his mobile. I have that ability here as well. I also have different Outlook contacts that I created here, and they can be buddies as well. So your buddy list does not necessarily have to be people within the system. It could be a group of customers, vendors that you work with. These can be departments, locations, or just teams. And if I highlight Kayla here, I can see the conversation that we've had in the past when we've called. If I want, I can drill down and look at different things that we've shared, files, websites, links. But if I open up a folder here and I want to give Kayla a document, I can just drag and drop it to her. So it's a nice way to communicate with people, share information. She loves getting that document from me. I try to mix it up on demos. So the buddy list is something we use on a regular basis. We also can create groups. So those groups are people that you would work with in a setting where you have multiple team members that you want to communicate with. And you can do the same thing. I can share files and links and communicate with a group of people on a regular basis. I have the New England group here. We have all kinds of chat history here. I have my little sales group with Kayla where we share information and may communicate about opportunities. I can start a conference call very easily from here. One of the features I really like about the group is the ability to call group members. So we have some companies that have task force where they may have a situation where they want to get a lot of people on a call immediately. Call group members would call everybody within the group automatically. They would answer and it would say press 1 to join the conference call. So if you have any type of environment where you need to get on a call immediately, instead of scheduling a call or trying to call a bunch of people individually and conference them in, this is a great way to get people together quickly. Voicemail, this is where we have voicemail. These are all my inbox messages. I have voicemail transcription available to me. This is where I have call recordings. I don't have any here. In my deleted messages, they will stay here until I decide to delete them permanently. But I can manage these in bulk. If I highlight this button here, I could say, listen, I'm going to delete all my messages. I'm going to mark them as read or unread. I also have the ability, if I'm part of a group, if I log into a group, to have access to group voicemail messages. So if you have group voicemail boxes in your organization now, they can be accessed here as well. My contacts, these are the system contacts, the people that are part of the Zultys system. I have my personal speed dials that I can create. And then I have my Microsoft contacts that I have here that I synchronize with. So when I add new contacts, they automatically synchronize and they're available here to me. We have the ability to have faxing inbound and outbound right from Zach. I don't think I have any here, but I know within the group, we definitely have faxes. So very easy to send faxes and receive faxes, and that can be as an individual or a group of people. Those can be set up to be automatically sent to email as well. So if you want the faxes to come to email, they can automatically be sent to email, or they can come here, you can download them, you can send them to a printer, whatever you would like. Conference capability is built into the system, so I can host conference calls from here. If I want to schedule a call, I just give it a name. I can add internal people. I decide when this conference is going to take place, how long it's going to be. Is it a one-time conference? Is it a recurrent? Or is it an ongoing, meaning there's always a conference room open for people to get in and out of? They don't have to worry about creating new ones. It's just always there to join. And once I hit save and invite, it automatically will open up my email and send in, give me the option to send an invitation with links to join the conference call here. And I can add external people here very easily. We also have the ability to put a plug-in right within your Outlook where you can actually add a Zach conference and provide all of this information from Outlook, and you don't even have to do it from Zach. So the next thing I'm going to jump over into is I'm going to actually show you the mobile application. So this is mobile Zach, and you can see up top, it's showing that I'm available and I have the NBM webinar going. I have the same tabs down below. I have my recents, my contacts, my buddies, the group tab, and more. So I can look at my calls. I can look at my messages. I have my SMS messages here, my chat messages, my contacts. The same buddy list that I have on desktop Zach, I have available here. Same groups. I can access my voicemail from here. I have my call recordings, my deleted folder here. If I want to edit, I can actually make changes to the greetings that I have. I mentioned that we have 4 different greetings that you can have set up on the system, that you can change the name, you can record them, and assign those to call handling rules so that you can utilize these and have them set up ahead of time. I also have the ability to schedule and manage conference calls right from mobile Zach. So when you're on the road, if you schedule the conference call, you can manage that call remotely, or you can schedule and start a call remotely as well. Our conference call capability has the ability to have up to 100 video participants into a single call. You can have 256 total participants. 100 can be on video. So it handles quite large calls as well as the regular calls that you may have that are probably typically 5 to 10 people. I also have the ability to change my status here as well. So if I highlight up top, I can change myself from available to not available. So at the end of the day, maybe I'm out of the office and I want to put myself into not available mode, I hit apply, and now I'm not available. If I look at regular Zach here, my desktop version, it now is in not available because it synchronizes 100%. I'm going to make myself available again. And now I'm available. And if I send a call in, you can see it's letting me know that it's a mobile Zach call. So right here, I know it's not a personal call. It's definitely a business call. It's giving me the Sunnyvale, California caller ID from our office. And hold on 1 second. I did not want to necessarily answer it there. So I'm going to try that one more time. Love live demos. A little too much talking, not enough answering.
Yeah, and so the best part about this, this is probably my favorite thing, and I would say for our customers, their favorite thing is you can call out of the app. It shows as if you're in the office. So whoever you're calling on the caller ID, it shows up as your office number. So for many of us, you know, we're on the road or we're using our cell phones. You don't have to use your cell phone number. It'll come up as your work number. So a lot of VoIP providers have this feature, but the difference between Zultys, at least in my experience with, as compared to the provider we used to be with, is their app actually works. So you open the app, you dial out, or you receive a call. Either way, it's as if you're in the office, no matter where you are.
Yeah, and I think the important thing there, Amy, is it works, which is really, really
Right.
nice. Mobile technology, it's come a long way, but we really have focused on it the last couple of years because we have more and more customers that really use this as their primary device. I'm going to answer this. So now I actually have the live call. And you can see I have the call up top. If I raise the bar down below here, it gives me more options. So I can treat this like a real phone call and manage it just like I'm in the office. I could start a conference call. In this case, I'm going to hit the transfer button. And I can type anybody's name in the organization. And now I have the ability to say, listen, I can see that Kayla is in a meeting right now. Do I want to send it to her voicemail? Do I want to just send it off to her regardless? Or maybe I'll ask the caller, can someone else help you? And I can just look to find somebody else within the organization. So it gives you the ability to see the presence of your coworkers. It gives you the ability to transfer calls, start conference calls. Instead of when someone calls forward to a cell phone and you say, sorry, you're going to have to call the number back and ask for Kayla. This way I can just manage the call, a much better customer experience overall. And then here, I have the ability to take this call from the mobile app. So now the call is live on Zach on my phone. And in this case, if I wanted to transfer the call, I could also just say, I'm going to drag and drop the call to Kayla and just send the call right to her. And now the call is gone off my desk phone and it's been sent to Kayla. So drag and drop functionality is something that we have pretty inherent across the board within the system for files as well as transferring calls. Very popular, makes it very easy for people that manage phone calls just to transfer calls in and out. I'll send another call in. And this time I'll just answer it on the desktop. And just to show you, I have the ability to transfer where I could type a name in and see somebody's availability. And once again, if I wanted to, just send it directly to that person's voicemail or pass it along regardless. So we do try to make it very easy to manage phone calls. Drag and drop is obviously simple. And this is the record button where I can start recording a call. And that recording call would end up within my mailbox under a recorded folder in the phone, or it would come right here within my voicemail under the recorded tab here. And the last thing I wanted to show you live today, after I stop mirroring this, is the Zack for Teams app. So I actually have this working in conjunction with my regular app. But the nice thing about Zack for Teams is, once again, I can utilize it with a Zultys phone. So Microsoft Teams occasionally will have a hiccup. And if it goes down at all and people are just using Teams for their phone service, now your phone service is out. When you integrate Teams with Zultys, your phone service can stay up and running. So we have the ability to have our phone still run regardless of the Teams client is not functioning or Microsoft Teams is not functioning. The mobile app will still function. And for real redundancy, you could always install Zack as a backup, or use Zack in a browser as a backup if Teams was not functioning. But what we've done with Zack for Teams is Microsoft has all their widgets on the left-hand side, so we put ours in the center so we would not confuse people. So once again, I'm on my recent tab, so I have all calls, my messages, the same buddies list that you saw on Zack is here. I have my voicemail, my contacts, my Microsoft contacts. We can bring fax capability right into here, and that can be part of the group as well. Park and calls, if anybody utilizes Park, the nice thing about our Park feature is you'll actually see the name of the caller. So instead of having to try to remember a Park code to pick it up, we can either put a button on a phone, or you can go right to the Park queue and you'll see a list of calls with the name and number. And then we also have the speed dial capability. And then over here, you have the ability to create the call handling rules if you want, notification rules, integrate with applications. So the Zack for Teams is a very, very popular application. As I mentioned, a lot of people have adopted Teams. There's no additional licensing to use Zack for Teams from Microsoft or from Zultys. It's just part of our premium license. So if you're going to utilize the capabilities of Zack and you have Teams, you can do it right within the Teams client. And that's what I wanted to go through live today. I'm hoping that you found the demonstration helpful and interesting. And if you do, we can definitely schedule a one-on-one session to really discuss your company's requirements, needs, and how it could benefit your organization with cloud services from Zultys with NBM.
And
So
Mark, on the
yeah.
Teams integration, that's just, it comes with a premium license, and will it just appear in their Teams screen, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it needs to be installed, but it does come with the Teams license. So there's a plugin that just goes right into the Teams client, and that would allow it to appear as a widget on the left-hand side. If they want to utilize Teams strictly as a soft phone, we have a soft phone that's available to them that works with that, and that's included as well with Zack for Teams.
Great.
And I do want to open it up to any questions from the outside, if anybody does have any questions. And you can either raise your hand, you can chat, we can unmute you, allow you to talk if need be.
Get a quiet bunch.
It's a quiet bunch. No one wants to
Yeah,
ask the
so
first
the only
question.
thing I wanted to touch on, just because we've been through several of these installations now, is it's really, I mean, it's really easy to switch phone providers. And I think that's something that when I talk to customers, they're most worried about, you know, am I going to experience downtime? Am I going to lose my numbers? Am I going to be without phones for days? And the answer to all those questions is no. So often, you know, we'll port your same numbers that you have now over to Zultys. We'll have a date that we go live. NBM will be on site, and a lot of the work to transition is done before you go live. So, we're prepared, and it's usually a flip of a switch. So, Mark, would you agree with that? I mean, everything for the installations we've done, it's been very easy.
Yeah, we do a lot of prep work to make sure that the transition is seamless. When it's time to go live, we had planned the porting of your phone numbers. We confirm that they can all be ported. There's no issues there at all. We will schedule training that's going to take place before the cutover so that people are familiar. And we try to do that as close to cutover as possible so that everything is fresh the day of cutover. The solution specialist that's responsible is available. They're going to make sure that everything is working, testing, making changes that are needed. And once again, once it goes live, any changes that need to be made, you just hit the button for the cloud desk and they will make those changes. Because as much as we do prep work and everybody thinks they know what they want to have work, there's going to be changes that are going to take place, and we can do those on the fly very quickly for you.
Great. Well, Mark, we really appreciate this. I appreciate it. I always learn something new when I sit in on these. So anyone, like I said, who wants a deeper dive demo or just wants to talk more about it, feel free to reach out. You should have my number, my email from the emails that you signed up through, or just call the NBM main number and ask for me. We would love to help as many customers as we can. The customers that we've signed up for this service, all are happy. We do not have one unhappy customer with Zultys. So we want to provide, we're more than just an IT provider and a copier company. And we want to make sure that we're providing all the technology that our customers will need to do business, to be productive in business. And Zultys has been a great, great addition to our tool set and to our lineup. So I hope to hear from you. We'll follow up after to see if there's further interest. And all we need to get you a proposal is send us your current phone bill. And that's, typically all we need to get started. So we can see how many numbers we're porting and how many users you have. And keep in mind too, there's an eFax option that is built into the premium license for Zultys. So if you're faxing currently through a phone line, or if you have a separate eFax service, and we do sell those as well. But if you have that, you won't need it anymore with the Zultys platform. So that's kind of an added bonus too that our small business customers have liked, because it's a bundled service. So. Well, Mark, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like I said, we recorded this, so we'll send it out, and hope everyone has a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Amy, very much for pulling this together. And I hope that we end up talking to some of these folks real soon.
Definitely. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate
See you
everybody's
later,
time.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.